What's up, Brian Tong here, and we are just a little over a month before the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Air, and iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max are officially announced in September at Apple's fall event. Now this video is everything we know so far, so I'm putting it in one video, and it's a whole lot. So let's start with the iPhone 17 and build our way up to the 17 Air and then the 17 Pros. The iPhone 17 is the foundation of the lineup, and if you're looking for a new design here, you won't get it until the 17 Air. The 17 is expected to look a whole lot like the iPhone 16, as in basically identical, but its display will reportedly increase to 6.3 inches, up from the previous 6.1 inches. That will be the same display size as the iPhone 16 Pro, which is also the size that's expected for the iPhone 17 Pro. Now the iPhone 17 won't have a Plus model, it's completely gone, and the rumored new ultra-slim iPhone 17 Air will be the new kid on the block. There will be no change to the design of the iPhone 17 camera. There have been reports that the dynamic island might get smaller, but other reports say it will remain the same size as before. Now the iPhone 17 will reportedly be using the same OLED display as the current iPhone 16 Pro models, with a 30% increase in brightness for it. This is also the first year we're expecting to see the 120 Hz ProMotion refresh rate come to the 17 and 17 Air. It's normally been reserved for just the Pros, and on behalf of everyone watching, it's about damn time, Apple. That's not even worth a good apple because it took so long. Now, all iPhone models will use low temperature polycrystalline oxide panels, or LTPO panels, which helps enable ProMotion thanks to better power efficiency. iPhone 17 is expected to get an A19 chip built on an upgraded 3nm process, and the Pros will get an A19 Pro. You also have the 17 Air, which will possibly get an A19 Pro with one fewer GPU core. The iPhone 17 will come with only 8 gigs of RAM, while the 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, and 17 Air are expected to have 12 gigs on board. If you're in some other countries outside of the US, don't expect a physical SIM card slot anymore. Apple's not making it clear which countries it will be, but it's getting phased out. The 17 Air is expected to go without one entirely because there's just not space. It's too thin. Now, Apple's first custom Wi-Fi chip with Wi-Fi 7 is coming to all 4 iPhone 17 models. Bluetooth 5.3 will also be included. Apple's own chip design could bring additional power efficiency and connectivity improvements as they look to develop their own all-in-one system on a chip. Now, when it comes to wireless charging, at the moment, iPhones are limited to 15-watt wireless charging. But the new Qi 2.2 wireless charging standard supports 25 watts wireless charging, and Apple might support 25 watts on their new iPhone 17 lineup. Now let's talk cameras, and the iPhone 17 will have the same dual lens system with a 48 megapixel wide and ultra wide camera. All iPhone 17 series cameras are rumored to have an upgraded 24 megapixel front-facing camera. We talked about colors for the lineup in the last video, and the iPhone 17 is expected to bring black and white as expected, steel gray, which is a twist on space gray, green and purple for some flavor, and a new light blue. The iPhone is expected to start at $799 and come out in September like it usually does. So very incremental upgrades to the entry-level iPhone 17, which is pretty much what we have always expected. Now, let's take a breather for a word from our sponsor before we get to the 17 Air and 17 Pro models. All right, this video has been sponsored by Segway's Navimow X3 series. Wait, what? Segway does lawnmowers? Yes, they do, and we're gonna show you all about it. This is Segway's top-of-the-line robotic lawnmower, and it's made to handle all different kinds of terrain with its precise navigation and obstacle avoidance technology. The Navimow X315 series that you see here is built to cover half an acre, and higher models are for more lawn coverage area that goes up to 2.5 acres. Now, when we unboxed it, yes, it is a beast inside, but it's pretty easy to set up in about 3 steps or so. First up, we're gonna get the parts together to build the base. Then we build this RTK, which has a wire connected to the base and is crucial in helping you map out your lawn. We then put the X3 base in a spot that makes sense for us. You will need to download the Navimow app, and once you're plugged in, you need to run some over-the-air software updates. Then I mapped out the lawn manually as a reference with the app. I then placed the RTK in the best line of sight spot it told me to, and then we let the Navimow X3 do its thing. It has precise centimeter level machine positioning, and its triple camera system gives it 300 degrees of view. Its vision fence feature is an intelligent obstacle avoidance system, and it went around this basketball that I put down, but it made sure to mow everywhere else around it, and vision fence recognizes over 200 objects.
This guy here, listen how quiet that is. It's like maybe a small room fan. It's quieter than that. You can barely hear it.
I still can't get over how quiet it is. Now you can adjust the blades to cut anywhere from 4 inches and then make the change in the app to as low as 2 inches. The clippings, they just fall to your lawn. The Navimow X3 can handle up to a 50% slope. It has night vision to run at night, and it's got a dot matrix screen to let you know what's happening. But here's a look at my lawn, and it really impressed me with the final result. You can find out more about the Segway Navimow X3 series by checking out more in the description of this video. All right, let's get back to the stories. And now it's time to talk about the most buzzworthy iPhone 17 model for this year, and that's the new iPhone 17 Air. At least that's what we're calling it, and it's what Apple should call it too. The iPhone 17 Plus is out, and the Air is in, making it the first significant redesign to the iPhone in years. This is their ultra slim phone that will be around 5.5 to 6 millimeters thick at its slimmest point, if you're not including its camera bump. Compared to the 16 Pro Max, it could be about 2 millimeters thinner, which is a dramatic difference, and it would be Apple's thinnest iPhone ever. The M4 12.9-inch iPad Pro is their thinnest device, and that's at 5.1 millimeters. The iPhone 6 previously held that title at 6.9 millimeters. Now, the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge, released earlier this year, has a thickness of 5.8 millimeters, so we'll see how Apple ends up matching up. Apple might use a titanium aluminum frame, with their Air using more titanium than the Pro iPhones to keep it lightweight while still making sure it's bend resistant. But of course, anything you bend, if you really want to bend it, will bend. The iPhone 17 Air will have a 6.6-inch display, which puts it right between the iPhone 17 and the 17 Pro Max in size. It will have a single lens, 48 megapixel rear camera, and reports and renders believe it will have a camera bar similar to Google Pixel's most iconic design feature. That's a significant design change for Apple, but it is weird how much it resembles the competition. Apple just hasn't done that historically, and they used to set the design trend, but not here. The 17 Air will have a 120 Hz ProMotion display. It will also feature Apple's C1 5G modem. There are reports it will either have an A19 or A19 Pro chip inside with Wi-Fi 7. Plus, the Air will have 12 gigs of RAM joining the Pro lineup, while the iPhone 17 will have 8 gigs. The USB-C port won't be perfectly centered. It'll be more centered towards the back when you look at its thickness to the rear of the device because of its thin design. And the speaker grills have been simplified with just 2 holes on either side of the port instead of the normal 5 speaker holes. The 17 Air will have MagSafe with the potential to support 25-watt wireless charging. It will reportedly have a camera control button and an action button based on dummy models that are out there. A screen protector leak revealed the camera on the 17 Air might be located to the left side of the dynamic island instead of the right, like the iPhone 16 models did. This could be because of how the components are arranged on this small device, and of course, because it's so thin, there have been concerns about its battery life. We'll see what happens, but a recent report claims it will have a 3,000 milliampere hour battery, and with its power efficiency from new hardware and iOS 26, a report claims it will be able to have a full day of battery life, but it still might, even if it has a slightly smaller battery. Now let's talk colors, and the Air is expected to come in the standard black and white, a light gold, and a new light blue. This new light blue is reportedly lighter than the light blue of the iPhone 17 and similar to the shade of blue on the current M4 MacBook Air. The iPhone 17 Air will reportedly be priced at $899, putting it right between the iPhone 17 and the 17 Pro, and that could also change due to tariffs. But even if you don't care about the iPhone 17 Air, this is an important part of the new direction of iPhone products. Getting it this thin has already helped with learnings that Apple can take to the development of the first foldable iPhone, which is expected next year in 2026. So where are you at with the iPhone 17 Air? Put it in the comments. I know that I'm gonna love the design and its ultra slim body, but as a creator, I'm gonna miss all the camera functionality that comes with having an ultra wide camera. The iPhone 17 Air does not have it, but It will be really interesting to see how this sells. I expect it to do well and at the very least be more impactful of a product compared to the iPhone Plus series that lost interest amongst users. And reports already claim an iPhone 18 Air will be coming in 2026 in the same size as the 17 Air. And then in 2027, Apple plans to introduce an iPhone 19 Air with an even larger display. All right, let's get to the flagship models, the iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. The 17 Pro and Pro Max will still measure 6.3 and 6.9 inches for their display sizes. There will be a new design for the rear casing, and it will be the first time in a long time we've seen something a little different. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but Apple's expected to bring a new camera bar bump design that extends across from side to side and is made from aluminum instead of glass. This horizontal camera bump would be balanced by an area underneath it with a half glass and half aluminum design, with the Apple logo reportedly moved down into the middle of the lower glass area to center it. That area will still allow for wireless charging, and iPhone 17 dummy models like these show off the outlined area on the back for the Pro models. In that camera bump will be an upgraded 48 megapixel telephoto lens with an expected 3.5 to 5x optical zoom, a big improvement over the 12 megapixel telephoto lens in the current iPhone. The wide and ultra wide will still be 48 megapixels, and the front facing camera will be upgraded to a 24 megapixel camera across the entire iPhone 17 lineup. One report claims native 8K recording could finally come to iPhone for video, and a new dual recording feature that would allow users to record front and rear video simultaneously. The built-in camera app does not do this, and this is a feature I asked Apple to do specifically over a year ago when I talked to them on campus. Reports claim Apple may move off the titanium frame and instead go back to using aluminum for this year's Pro phones. Apple's A19 Pro chip is built on the latest 3nm technology, and we are expecting performance and battery efficiency improvements this year. Reports claim that the iPhone 17 Pro Max could have the biggest iPhone battery to date with a capacity of 5,000 milliampere hours. The 16 Pro Max had a 4,676 milliampere hour battery capacity and had a roughly 33-hour battery life. With optimizations everywhere and a bigger battery, the 17 Pro Max could outdo that by several hours. And this would also be another iPhone model that is expected to support 25-watt wireless charging if it makes it to this device. Apple will still be using Qualcomm's Snapdragon X80 modem for the Pro phones that could be optimized for longer battery. Qualcomm's modem also supports both flavors of 5G, 6 GHz 5G, and millimeter wave 5G connectivity. So, what colors can we expect to see? The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max are expected to come in black and white and gray, and two new colors, a dark blue that could be similar to the iPhone 15 Pro's blue titanium, and the most buzzworthy color, orange. And it would have that deep metallic look to it. And if you want to connect some dots here, these are also the same colors as Auburn, CEO Tim Cook's alma mater. There's been rumors about a new mystery surprise color for the iPhone 17 Pros that would act like the liquid glass design or complement it in iOS 26 and change colors depending on the angle you hold it at. It would be white, but have a little iridescence and change of color depending on how the light hits it. And yes, this is still a rumor. It could even replace white, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it's more like a translucent looking color, but Samsung fans, you're giggling right now. Just go look up Aura White from 2019. Now, the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max at this moment are expected to start at $999 and $1,199, and they will officially launch with the rest of these phones at their official announcement in September. So that is everything we know so far about the entire iPhone 17, 17 Air, 17 Pro, and 17 Pro Max lineup. And if I missed something, let me know and add it in the comments. All right, I am iPhoned out. That's going to do it for this video. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell ding to get the latest videos when they drop. Plus, if you want to get more Apple goodness, check out my weekly Apple Bits XL audio podcasts with the latest stories and special guests. Plus, you can support all my content with an ad-free version of the podcast, early access to my content, and exclusive content at patreon.com/BrianTong. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we will see you on the next video. Peace and love.